first time Ryan stood me up was July. I'd had a run of bad relationships, so last summer I decided to give online dating a shot. When you're a 100% custody single mom with no family nearby to help, you're on your own, and that's lonely. My son came back from preschool with lice. I sat in the tub with him, combing through his hair to remove the little murdered infestors, but he usually sleeps next to me, and that meant they could be on my head as well. So after he was pest-free, I washed the poison into my hair. Salty tears rolling down into the warm bath because I had nobody to pick out my dead bugs. But this was the summer of love. Enter Ryan, or as most of his friends call him, Rye. His online profile showed a smoking hot 31-year-old ER trauma surgeon finishing up his residency. But it was his words on the profile that I liked most. Passionate about his job, passionate about giving back, passionate about volunteering, Midwestern values, a family man whose life centered around his 2 kids. This guy really knew who he was and what he wanted. So I sent him a message, introduced myself, and it was on. We texted constantly, getting to know everything about each other over the next 3 weeks. First date night, I messaged him in the morning, "What's the plan?" No response. No response. And then, no response. As night approached, I texted him that canceling is fine, not communicating isn't. I didn't hear back. No more online dating for me. For 8 months. I reopen my online profile and a message from Rye appears. I reply after a day or two. He messages back. I'm guarded at first. I have no interest in going down that path with someone who didn't even have the courtesy to contact me and provide even just one lame-ass excuse for standing me up. But Rye's funny and sweet, and yet there's still this edginess that I like. Maybe he had a good reason for being a dick. I slowly, creakingly open up and let him back in. He sends me country songs. He says I can tell him anything. He's not going anywhere. This guy genuinely cares about me. Even though he's super hot, he's not really my type. Tribal tattoo, cheesy jewelry. He says he wears cologne to bed. It all screams douchebag. But the words don't match. We need to meet. But he's an involved father with a demanding career. I have my 4-year-old. Work is my break. The second time Rye stood me up was a Sunday afternoon at an outdoor restaurant, Panama 66. Me wearing a red dress, sipping on a bourbon cocktail under the shade, eagerly anticipating Rye's appearance, trying not to ruin it with too much expectation. He texts that he's on his way. He texts that he's parking. He texts that he's walking over. He texts that he doesn't see me. It feels like he's in a bad dream. I text back, "Where are you? I'll find you." He texts, "Is this some kind of joke? Some sort of revenge?" I have no idea what he's talking about. I text. I wait. I call. Nothing. I feel the tears begin to well up. Rye texts again. He says he's hurt. He shouldn't have put real feelings into this. But I put real feelings into this. I had real feelings for him. But I'm done. I'm over it. And send a final fuck off text. Which is followed by a message from him. He updated his phone. All of my messages only just now showed up. I'm uncertain how to feel, except like an asshole for actually allowing hope to seep into my life. I had, for the first time in a very long time, felt hope with Rye. Tequila may not fix my problems, but it was worth a shot. Or 10. It's 4 a.m. Rye texts that he wants to try to fix this, but it's a bad one at work for him. 4-year-old, codes, dies. 24-year-old, no pulse. Rye's exhausted, covered in sweat from doing CPR for so long, trying to save him. Aren't you suspicious that he's not who he says? I'm asked by my best friend, the one who understands me. Of course I am. But on the chance he's real, I wouldn't want to add to his shitty day. Another 4 a.m. text. His best friend's father just died. He tells me all about it. Rye always gives so many details, consistent details since the beginning. It must be real, right? We make plans to meet. Dinner in a couple days. Rye sends me a picture of his backyard in Point Loma. Holy shit! It's gorgeous. We've been joking about me moving in already. When he goes to sleep, when he wakes up, he wishes I am there. I too miss that comfort of falling asleep, feeling the presence of someone close, an arm across my waist, a chest against my back, a gentle kiss on my neck before I drift off. And even though money isn't a driving force for me, I would love to escape from the pressures of my life, the guilt of ordering something a little more fancy than the house wine, the one-bedroom apartment where my son's room is actually half of my closet. I can almost taste this fairy tale life with Rye that he's advertising, inviting me into. Gourmet kitchen with a guy who adores me and loves to cook? Sign me up. The kids can make dessert, I'll do the dishes. 4 a.m. First voice message ever. Good morning. A little disturbing. He doesn't sound like a grown man. He texts that he'd fallen off a tree when he was a kid, damaged his windpipe and larynx. Can I be attracted to a man who doesn't sound like a man? I'm not that superficial. My friend, the one who understands me, she's been thinking about it, and she is suspicious as hell. Doting father, ER surgeon, parents dead, widowed, rich. Oh, and he's a chef. The chefing is what really set her off. She wants to cyberstalk. I don't really have any searchable details to give her. And there's this little part of me that thinks she just can't believe that I can find happiness. I give her everything I know. She'll see that I can find a good guy who cares about me in some near future. We'll all be swimming in Rye's pool, drinking margaritas, laughing about how paranoid she was. She begins her search, and she finds a 5-banana review of a big titty escort who specializes in S&M. Rye, or maybe someone else using his very, very unique online username, had posted it a year ago. I confront Rye. He swears it's not him. He swears to God. He swears on his children. I believe him. Maybe. He starts getting defensive, which makes me suspicious. He apologizes for his defensiveness. I just joke about the whole escort review because I look for good in the shittiest of situations and people. Date night number 3. Character builder, right? I arrive at the restaurant. Nervous butterflies flutter in my stomach. He texts me. He's so sorry. He's running a little late. I'm at a table for 2 by myself again. He would be here by now. As the moments tick away, each one of those nervous butterflies dies off. Then it sinks in. He's not coming. Stood up. Again. I half expected it to happen anyway. I order 1 glass of wine. It's tasteless and gray. I send Ryan one final thought. Karma. It's a bitch. Who is this person? Are my son and I safe? I go online and reverse search the picture of his house. Address found. It's early enough. It's close enough. So I drive over. I know it's not going to be Rye. I feel it. The door is answered by some tired father with a newborn. I apologize. He wishes me a good night. Catfished. It's actually not hard to get over something when you finally accept it was fake. There's nothing there to mourn. 4 a.m. Rye's response to my karma text. I laugh. I laugh and laugh and laugh. And now I really want to know who's been fucking with me. After about 30 minutes online, I'm pretty sure I figured out who Rye actually is, who I've been text dating for over a month. 28. Lives in Wisconsin with parents. Has an aunt in San Diego. I've even found work and home phone numbers and a detailed educational and employment history. Not a doctor, not even close. I call the work line to hear a voice message and compare it to the creepy "good morning" sent earlier in the week. I think it matches. A girl. Rye is a girl? I call the home landline. Hello. The sweet, gentle accent of a small-town lady answers. She confirms that her daughter's cell is the same as Rye's. Confirmation. Feeling a mixture of high from having solved the mystery and embarrassment, shame for having wanted so badly to feel something real that I chose to be blind to reality. Mom is confused. She asks questions. I answer honestly. This is just creepy how much you know about my daughter, but she would never do anything like this. She's a good girl. I start to feel kind of sorry for Rye, or as her family calls her, Alex. Maybe she's just trying to create connection, feeling unable to express who she really is, spending hours upon hours of her time just playing the part of a different person with a different life. Or maybe she was just trying to fuck with someone. Her mom wants me to call back when Alex is home so that we can talk. Incoming call from Ryan the doctor. Alex, or should I say Rye? Your mom thinks that your phone was hijacked, but you and I both know that's not how this works. Her voice, somewhat sheepish.
Okay, yeah, it was me. I'm sorry. I don't even know why I did it.
Lingering. It's like we're breaking up, and she's not quite ready to let go. Have some compassion for self, for others. Get some help. Goodbye. I disconnect from her awkwardness, and in doing so feel hope that I'll find someone else, someone real. Next summer is the summer of love. I'm just happy we never sexted.